A blessed day to each and everyone. Again, welcome to another professional development for teachers. We're going to talk about educational reforms. The goals of our education in the Philippines is to ensure inclusive and quality education for all and promote lifelong learning. Education is a form of learning in which knowledge, skills of people are transferred from one generation to the next through teaching, training, or research. Importance of education includes enabling the person to deal with life as a whole, leading an independent life, lessons of equality, development of social life, and to procure a job. When we reforms, it transforms education. So students and parents must consider their preferences for the internal assessment, physical, human, financial, and systems resources of the school, and also for the local. This will be for the senior high school. We have to take a look on the local regional development agenda and those schools that will going to have the grade 11 to 12. Educational reforms. The Philippine reforms sparked a decline in higher education enrollment in 2016 to 2017. Up until present, little students are already enrolling in the senior high school. There are a two-tier of education reforms according to Philippines Basic Educations from former President Benigno Aquino III. He stated that there should be a 12-year basic education cycle that we need to add 2 years of our basic education, those who can afford to pay for up to 14 years of schooling before university. Universal preschooling for all over the world. Preschooling is given to all young children as a first year of basic education. Our Muslim brothers and sisters ask for education system that respects their culture while providing a technically sound curriculum in English, Filipino, science, and math. Technical vocational education as an alternative stream in senior high school. Half our high school graduates want to work upon graduation but do not have enough technical education. Every child a reader by grade 1. At the core of our children's non-learning problem is the inability to read properly. Science and math proficiency. This is for a strong science and math curriculum that starts as early as grade 1 with instructional materials and properly trained elementary teachers. Assistance to private schools as essential partners in basic education. The private education must be a partner in producing quality education in the country. Medium of instruction should be rationalized. UNESCO has proven that young children learn best in their mother tongue before moving on to English in higher grades. Quality of textbooks. Poor quality textbooks have no place in our school. Covenant with local government to build more schools. We need to address our continuing classroom shortages. Our population in 2015, according to Philippine Statistic Authority, we have a total of 40.70 million of population, and the enrollment that we have has 82.95% of total and number of enrollees as of August 11, 2020. These are the present percent distribution of population 15 years old and over who were not in the labor force by age group in July 2018. There are a lot of people under 15 to 24 who are employed, which are 19.8% for the male and 24.4% for the female. These are the percent distribution of employed persons by sex and age group in April 2020, wherein 15 to 24 years old, 25 to 34 years old are being employed as the highest one. We have 17.6%. These are the percentage of population 10 to 64 years old by level of literacy in the Philippines. We have 53.4% who are literate. Governance needs an access and provide access to quality education so that we can able to have a good and globally competitive platform in education. This is a public via private basic education wherein we have a lot of enrollees in elementary, both public and private, which is around 91.5%. The Duterte administration's priorities are clear in its budget submitted to the Congress, wherein the infrastructure we're going to have 16.6%, education will have 16.5%, defense will have 9.81%, and industry or labor we have 0.5%. The key education inputs from 2010 to 2016 included classrooms, teachers, ICT packages, school seats, instructional and other learning materials. According to DavoToday.com, the Catholic educators claim that senior high school curriculum is over-congested, which means 6.5 hours of contact hours daily in senior high school, which is indeed too heavy for student. According to Dr. Gina Montalan, Dean of College of Education at the Ateneo de Davao University, it will mean that each subject will have 80 hours per semester and is considered to be non-negotiable. These are reforms versus implementation from junior high school grade 10, and we have the completers of fourth year senior high school graduates. Enrollees from DepEd High School has around 1.2 to 1.6 million, and from the private has 0.35 million. From senior high school grade 11, we have an actual of 798.041, and with the funding support via the senior high school voucher program from private institution have around 0.4 to 0.5 million, which is an estimate of 0.35 million. That's all. Thank you and hope to see you again next time. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates.